we're not promoting fighting inside this building.
Cap, yo, Cap, stop it. Nigga, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. We watching No Jumper to see a nigga get swung on. Let's keep it up. My nigga, No Jumper is like... Flakko, you not about to come on my stream and start capping it out. You do know right now No Jumper is like real world, like, you know what I mean, cage fighting, fight to the death. But we not watching y'all for y'all opinions, my nigga. Like, no disrespect. We watching for the drama. Who's the last nigga you interviewed, Flakko?
I think President Islam.
Y'all are debating things that are HR concerns. Y'all are debating having conflicts. You might be naive. You think Adam doesn't know that, my nigga? I listened to this nigga you was about to fade up literally says Adam called us to expose the nigga.
And got punched. It went crazy viral. And he gonna just sit back and you know what I mean, and run it up. And I hate to tell you, he have them same two niggas there next week to see if the other nigga want to get a steal off first.
I just wanted to say this, is that I feel like we're at least trying to initiate a new era of No Jumper content in which we have maybe a little bit more solidarity between the team and a little bit less petty drama. This has been something that's been discussed at length, whatever. I just feel like at a certain point, it's just we got to start moving better as a unit. And there's just been a little bit too much like, oh, let's start to make some content. And I think we got to just kind of like really keep it out in the air.
12 seconds later. Hello, what's good, my people? It's your boy Malk, and I'm back with another video on a topic I've been following very closely, and it's Poetik Flakko and his terrible mistreatment over at No Jumper over the past few months. Now, before I critique No Jumper, but more importantly critique Adam22, let me express what a huge fan of Adam and No Jumper I've been over the years. I first started watching No Jumper 7 years ago. And the reason I started watching them because they were the only person that was really taking an interview with the Suicide Boys. Now, since that introduction, I've been a huge fan of No Jumper. I watched countless videos, all the vlogs with him and Began, and even the BMX vlogs and all that. And I even told him that at the Seattle show when I met him at the Little Pump concert. I'll show you the vlog right here.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Right now, what's up?
What's on?
Hey. Bro, I've been fucking watching you since the fucking Suicide Boys interview, bro.
Really?
You're fucking the realest nigga, I swear to God.
And it was right before I beat up a dude at the end of the vlog. I'll show you again, right over here. Now, somewhere towards like 2019, No Jumper's content began to change a little bit. What was once a place to find the new big rapper or a new pop and fashion designer kind of started to turn into YouTube's Jerry Springer a little bit. Going from this.
Today we're here with
XXXTentacion
to this.
I do love eating ass, you know.
I do too.
And it wasn't until the addition of cast members like AD, Sharp, T-Rail, Duno, and Gina that I returned to watching the platform again. And that's because adding in these serious hip hop personalities returned No Jumper into what I came to want it for. But all in all, I returned to a huge fan of No Jumper. I usually even watch it daily. That's why I have so much information on this topic, because I'm watching it in real time. Now, with all that praise out the way, let's dive into where they're kind of misstepping a little bit. Now, the way the Flakko situation has been handled, especially over the last few weeks, has been a whole stain on the brand. Flakko admittedly brings a lot of these problems on himself with his loud mouth and his snake-like tactics. I've been watching most of it thinking that karma was playing out in real time and I was having a kick out of it. But now the levels that it's going to, it's bullying, and I don't think it should be broadcasted by the people that are employing him. Now, there's been situations that Flakko's been involved in, like the 16 shot him situation.
Hey, stop playing before I smack
bro, do it.
Hey, no.
Or the Mr. Girl interview.
I don't want to be like kind of like unfair to him, right? By saying, right, but kind of just like.
No, you do. No,
right?
Don't do
by
this.
Like,
don't do this.
Ambushing him, right?
Don't do this passive aggressive shit. You're obviously ambushing me.
But to keep this on the short side, I'm just gonna lead us with the situations that lead us to the situation we're in now. In July, Almighty Suspect did his first interview with No Jumper, and Flakko was even a co-host in that interview. Now, immediately, Almighty Suspect clicked with the cast and he became a co-host on a bunch of different shows. And eventually, Almighty was paired with Gina and Flakko to form the now infamous Monday Show. And views were going good and they were getting along for a while until eventually the critique on Flakko began to increase and everybody could notice it.
Flakko, I would be like, I'm finna beat his little fat ass.
You bug. Wait.
I'm finna beat his little fat ass. He's 5 feet. He's almost 400. He's finna be tired. Yeah. He's finna be tired first 10 seconds. If he don't hit me with a banger, first 30 seconds, I'm beating your ass.
And you digging your belly button.
Sometimes because he brought it on himself.
Like, just give us
what was one time where you like just knew like a bitch just wanted to give you that pussy?
Yeah. Everywhere I go.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Stop the cap.
And sometimes that's just what No Jumper does. They roast each other. Quietly, Flakko was not taking kindly to the disrespect from Flakko and Gina. And according to both Adam and Josh, Flakko orchestrated getting the Monday Show broken up.
I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I will say that Flakko was ready to get the fuck off a show with those two. So he didn't go about it the right way. He probably should have just said, like, yeah, I don't really want to do a show with y'all anymore.
Wait, Adam,
that would have been way more honest than the way he sort of like tried to go about it in the least confrontational way, you know?
And to make things even worse on himself, he hit up Almighty Suspect to tell him in private, don't let them push Gina on you to do another show with her, which is a snake move in anybody's book. This started not only his coworkers not liking him and not wanting to be around him, but the fans of No Jumper having a disdain for him that was already there, but now is stronger. And this was solidified when Adam went live on the No Jumper stream to say that Flakko's show was pulled because of weak viewership, showing that the people were just fed up with him.
Flakko's cool.
How about his like work status at No Jumper? Anything changing? What's going on, Adam 22?
Well, there wasn't a Monday show this week. Right?
Whoa, is this going to be permanent? Or are we getting somewhere?
We're going to take a step back from the weekly podcast.
If this wasn't bad enough, the same night that Adam revealed this live that Flakko was fired, Academics went on his stream and went on an onslaught on Flakko. I watched this live and it was crazy how long and how thoroughly he went at Flakko.
I told Flakko, I get it. I think Flakko is too pussy to fucking hit me up and say, Ack, you know they got me down bad at No Jumper. I need some views to really boss up on him. You know, if he had told me that, nigga, I would have went on No Jumper with him for 2-3 days in a row, nigga.
For at least an hour, Flakko was torn into somebody that he has said on multiple occasions is his idol, on top of being fired and all this other things that are going on. Now, what Flakko did was wrong, and 90% of this he brought on himself, but this is where it should have ended. The appropriate amount of backlash that came his way, and now he could take his lick and kind of learn his lesson. But then came the January 2nd episode of No Jumper, where he was laid into for an hour and a half about his upbringing and where he came from. It was discovered Flakko lied about where he grew up, which is a lie for sure, but an insignificant one if you think about it. And this is a conversation you would want to have with somebody, but I would feel like you would want to have that with them off camera. His classmates were called, people were pulling out his yearbooks, people were threatening to call his teachers. They said he left his town because some female played him, all to try to discover if he was fucking from North Dakota or not.
Listen, bro, he's a fucking fraud, bro. So hold on. This my man, hold on. This my man Eric. My man Eric knows Frederick too. And I got my man Jason on the phone too. Ask him, do he know Bankroll Gambino? When he was just on the interview with the Bull Seafood, right? He just spit that shit, bro. First of all, bro, he hit the jaw. He said, when you fly from the county, you go through Cobb Creek and hit King Session, bro. You only got to be from Philly to know that shit, bro.
Joe, what happened with this girl that made him dip and move to North Dakota?
Oh, shit, all right. Yeah, I don't know. I got some joint names. I don't know. Thelma, whatever her name is, but he was talking to some cute light-skinned African joint, whatever. I remember she was exposing him and shit. I think this was around the time. I don't know if he was still around or he was in North Dakota and shit. I don't know.
This was not only arranged by Adam, but he was coordinated over text with Lush and Almighty.
Flakko, we gonna call you back because Adam wants us to talk to Joe for a minute. This is coming from Adam. We gonna call you back. Just stand by.
And all to discredit and disrespect your employee in front of the world. I don't understand what you gain from that. And everyone around the situation claims that they don't feel right about it at all. And then another fight that Adam claims he doesn't want to happen in the office almost happens again because of a situation that he had transpire.
But I think it was a little excessive. The whole calling classmates is crazy.
Expense, you know what I'm saying, of your talent here at No Jumper. So that really was bullying, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Part of this team, you feel me? When he's going through this crazy time right now, we don't need to kick that nigga back in. I don't feel like nobody else at this office that would have got done to them. Y'all would not made a flyer. Y'all would not made a flyer and put AD on the fucking thing and talk about me for 2 hours.
If you were from Pennsylvania, yes, we absolutely would talk on this podcast about you lying about where you're from.
Y'all can talk about it, but the way that shit was done, I feel like that shit was done wrong. That shit wasn't cool.
Now, AD came out and told everyone that Flakko hit him personally and was crying about this situation. So it's affecting this man so much that he's crying. And God forbid that Flakko went off the deep end and something happened because of this constant bullying. No Jumper would be done as a brand because of what they allowed to happen over the last months. The general public would cancel them the best they could. And me as a huge fan, I would feel gross to continue to support them if something happened because of this. And as a longtime fan, I know that Adam has aspirations of this being a big media platform with a bunch of sponsorship. And if he continues with this unprofessionalism, No Jumper is never going to reach the heights I think they can, which is the #1 hip hop platform in the world behind academics. And this is probably the dumbest shit Adam's done since Bonk.
Shout out to the homie Bonk.
Oh my God. Help me with this nigga, bro.
Another situation he says he doesn't want to happen, but he clipped it multiple times and monetized it. Regardless, I'm still subscribed to No Jumper. I still have the bell button hit, and I hope you do the same for my channel after this video. Thank you guys so much. This is the first one on the new channel. We're trying some new content. We've done the music videos. We've done the rapping before. Now this is some new hip hop blog streaming type stuff. Catch me at Malk the Marvelous on everything: Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and all that. It's all right there. Thank you so much. I'll catch you next time. Peace.
Just wanted to say this, is that I feel like we're at least trying to initiate a new era of No Jumper content in which we have maybe a little bit more solidarity between the team and a little bit less petty drama. This has been something that's been discussed at length, whatever. I just feel like at a certain point, it's just we got to start moving better as a unit. And there's just been a little bit too much like, oh, let's start to make some content. And I think we got to just kind of like really keep it out in the air.
She's a lying ass bitch. And that was probably vocalized.